Everybody, it's Cowl, and this is the Lefty Knitter Podcast, episode 262. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel that is mostly about crafting, knitting stuff, yarn stuff, crochet, things like that. And yeah, I try to record what I'm working on through the week and then post it on the weekend. So I have a finished object, not fully finished because I need to weave in ends and I definitely need to block it, but I want to show you guys. Oh, I wanted to weigh the yarn I have left, but let's talk about it. Okay, so I am working on a sample knit for Frogget out of their new base, which is a yak base. Look how pretty it is. It's so pretty. This is the color, I cannot remember, deep pink. Why I can't remember, I don't know, but Frogget yarns. Not showing that very well. Okay. And this is the Welt rib cowl. Dang it, I forgot. Ribbed Welt cowl. Last time I got on a rant and I totally forgot to show you the project and then I had to edit myself in. So I was at the last point I showed this where that marker was. So I was here. And I definitely need to block it because in the picture, it looks really pretty big. So, I mean, I know this is going to block because I can like really stretch it. And I don't know how well it's going to block this way. I need to look at the pattern to see if there's like dimensions of what to block it to, because I would like to be able to try to block it to that. But yeah, so you have the ribbing on one side, the welts. The welts on the other. I don't think they're really true welts because it's really just alternating stockinette with garter. It is so cozy. This base is so nice. I am very excited. It has this nice little slit that would like sit here on your shoulder. Yeah, it's pretty nice. All right, so I finished this and I just wanted to show you guys because yeah, I'm gonna pause this real quick and get my scale because I want to weigh how much I have left. I am curious if I have enough to make two. So let's see. Okay, so just so we know, the regular yak fingering, which is merino 10% yak 10% silk, was 100 grams. The other one is a 50 gram ball. So I have my scale right here next to me. Let's see how much I have left. Now I didn't weigh these prior, and you know, sometimes they're a little heavier. Usually a little heavier. I don't run into where they're a little lighter. So let's weigh this. 49.59 grams. I could totally get a second one out of this because in reality, if I thought I was running low, I could stop knitting and not do all the repeats you're supposed to do. So let's see how much we have of the other one. And the other one is a 50 gram ball. Because, did I read them the opposite? I'm sorry. No, I didn't. Okay, 41% baby alpaca, 13% fine merino, 10% yak, and 35% silk is the yak fluff base. So let's see how much we have left of that. These were 50 gram balls. Let me make sure it zeroes out. Okay. 24.22. I could totally get two of these out of one ball. So that might be what I end up doing. So that's exciting. That's super exciting. Do I want to cast it on right now? No, not yet. But before it's completely out of my head, I might, because it was a really quick knit in general. I don't know exactly the day I cast this on, but I feel like I did this in less than a week. Okay? But I haven't also had really anything else on my needles either, or hook, or, you know, whatever. I do have a project on the needles that I haven't worked on in a very long time, and I'm going to rip it out. And if you've been with me a while, hi. I am not feeling this. I'm not feeling the repetitiveness of the pattern. And I don't want to work on it, so I'm going to rip it out and use the yarns for something else. I don't know what, but I'm going to. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, I sometimes forget to say, I link everything down below when possible. And if I don't, and I forget something, please like message me and let me know. So this is one of the colors. This is probably the color I was working on, but I was working on the Stephen West shawl. The chevron, was it the chevron something? I'm just not feeling it, y'all. I'm not feeling it. Let's look at this. This is where I was at. So you have this like center tab here, and you're picking up, these are on waste yarn, and you're going to pick up every wedge and make. And I was on my third wedge. I was getting ready to start the third one, but I'm not feeling it. I love the colors. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to work on it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to make, like, I think there's 7 of these wedges. And I didn't even go as far as the pattern called for. I didn't want it to be as big as the pattern called for, so I didn't do as many repeats for the stripes. So, yeah, I have all these beautiful yarns, though, that I'm going to rip out, and I'm going to use them in something else. I really like them together. Maybe I'll just do a sweater. There's got to be a good fingering weight striped sweater. I know I have one favorited, I think by Hohi, that is some sort of striped sweater. I wonder if that's fingering. I'll have to go look at that. But this is going to get ripped out. The only bad thing about it is it's all pieces. It's all pieces. So that is kind of a shame. And I mean, I'm looking at it and I like it a lot, but I don't think I like it enough to keep going. I know, if it's not like making me happy, and I've noticed I'm not wearing my shawls as much as I normally do, and I think that's another reason it's kind of like not bringing me any joy anymore. So, dang, it kind of makes me sad now that I'm like, let's rip it out. But if I'm just not using it, if I'm not working on it, I'm going to look at patterns. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to look at some patterns. This was 7 colors, I think. Yeah, 7 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, although if a pattern calls for like 4 colors, I can easily modify that to use more than that. Cat! Cone eater. She's a cone eater. She likes to chew on the cones. Alright. I'll have a think on it, but I've had lots of thinks on it, and I think my thinks are over, and I've given too many thinks that it doesn't deserve anymore. Alright. It's just so pretty. The colors. Let's see. Do I even mention what the colors are? Does anybody care? I'm just not. I'm not right now. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. I'm gonna go look at patterns. I'll see you guys in the next clip. Hello friends. It is now Sunday, February 2nd, and I just need to show you a few finished objects. This is beautiful. It's so nice. It's so nice. All right, I'm drinking some English breakfast tea in my Salvador Dali mug because art. And it's cold out today. Already went on a hike with my friend and our kids, and it was a nice morning to do that. So this is the Rib Welt Cowl, and I have all the information down below. This is a sample knit for Frolic Yarns, and I showed you guys and talked about the yarn, I think, in the earlier clip. I finished it. I blocked it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm so excited to be able to give this to Tasha and Brian, both of them. I hate to usually drink on camera, but I am like super thirsty. I didn't take a water bottle. let me take this off and I'll show you guys. It didn't grow a ton, but I didn't like pull it real hard either, because I didn't want to leave, I didn't want to leave any marks from pinning it. So if Tasha needs to block it out bigger, she is more than welcome to do that. I just was nervous about doing that. In the picture, it looks so much bigger, but it's not. I blocked it to the finished measurements. The only thing that they didn't give the finished measurements for, they gave you the circumference for the top, but not the bottom. And I feel like the bottom should have been blocked bigger. So I did block it wider than the top. It doesn't look like it, but I did. Probably because I just had it on too. So one side has these welts. It has a slit on the bottom, like you could see it was on my shoulder over here. And the other side has a ribbed pattern. Essentially, I mean, yeah. I think it's beautiful, and I'm very excited. It's very drapey. I think in the picture, they're holding it like this or something, and it just looks really nice. So I'll hold it like they did in the picture. That's silly. But I feel like you can't get, maybe it was this way so you could see I don't know. You can see my mark where I blocked it. But yeah. Okay. You get the idea, right? You get the idea. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's drapey. The yarn is really nice. So while I was blocking this, I blocked another finished object that I already showed you guys and said, I'm never going to show it again. But I did finally take finished pictures of it before I blocked it. And now that I've blocked it, I haven't put it on. So this is the Juniper cowl. It grew a lot. Not a lot, but it grew. So let's put this on for podcast sake. Now, before I could barely get it over my shoulders. I still can't really get it over my shoulders. And I wouldn't wear it this way anyway. I'm just saying, so I was just trying to measure how much bigger it may have gotten. But I am definitely putting this in my gift bin. I don't know who it'll be for, but I blocked it and it looks way better blocked. And I knew I was eventually going to block it. I just hadn't had a chance. And I felt like I had already shown it a bunch of times on here, so I wasn't going to show it again. But now that it's blocked, I figured I might as well just show you. It's right here, sitting with all my stuff. Now it can go. Fold it nicely, or roll it maybe, put it in the gift bin. And I love it. The colors are just really beautiful too. I had a lot of compliments on this when I posted it. So yeah, it's really pretty. All right, those are done. And I have one more finished object because I am trying to keep with my cranking one pair of socks, at least a pair of socks every week for the year of 2025. So I had previously showed this yarn in these socks that I had previously cranked as I was just doing a demonstration. So it wasn't really to fit anybody. I kind of did it to fit my foot, but they didn't fit real well. They were real loose and baggy, and I didn't love it. So I ripped that yarn out. I cranked these at least a year ago, the original time I cranked it, and I ripped the yarn out and I recranked it. So when I recranked it, I held it with Lycra, and I had the heel spring on the whole time. This is a Patton's Crow yarn. This is the Blue Striped Rag colorway. And they're pretty tight on my sock blockers. I actually haven't put them on my feet yet, but I know they're going to be fine. But you probably can't see. You might be able to see the little Lycra in the blue, in the dark blue. I have white Lycra. And I've been thinking about buying other color Lycra. Only because if I do a sock that's a dark color, if I use a white Lycra, you're gonna it won't stand out. But I don't know. So I'm thinking about buying some darker Lycra or some different colors. And yeah, so this is now pair 4. It puts me to shame when I watch Lisa of 72 Stitches and Kayla of oh my gosh, the socks. She does all the socks. That's not her podcast name. Either way, they're on like pair 8 for 2025, and I can crank these so fast, and I'm on pair 4. It's just life, y'all. Life is lifing. So I have these. I do have a new cast on, but it is a previous project that you guys have already, a pattern that you guys have already seen, and you just recently seen it, like very recently from me. I had a lot of comments when I posted this project that I made for John, and it's the Hoodola. And I had a bunch of people being like, can I get one? Blah, blah, blah. Where can I buy one of these? Will you make one of these? How much does this cost? And it's real hard to be like, I'll teach you to knit, and then you can make one for yourself. And I don't want to keep making the same pattern over and over and over. This is an exception. So my aunt asked me if she could get one. And I was like, for my aunt, yes. Because it's my family. And not everybody, you shouldn't always knit for your family just because they're family. But my aunt's a wonderful person, and she asked me to make this, and she walks her dog a lot. So she's outside with her dog a lot. And not to put her business out there, but she has some medical issues regarding her lungs and breathing. And so, not that you guys know my aunt, but, this will be helpful because she is out in the cold a lot. So I cast on another. This is the yarn I used for one of my previous sweaters, the Paulina pullover, and a hand dyed from Hazel. Can you see the sparkle? So Hazel dyed this, I think with John. I don't even know how long ago, but she dyed this colorway, and I'm holding it with this, and it's toning it down a little. Not that it needs to be toned down. My aunt would not have cared either way, but I am this far. So I have I'm about halfway through the hood repeats, and then I'm not going to give away the pattern. You do some other stuff, and then there's like the cowl part that you do. So yeah, that's where I'm at. It's good, isn't it? Okay. I have read, let's see, it's now February, so the February prompts are a book with a red cover, or both. You can do both, and not for the same book. It doesn't have to be the same book. Or a book, Ray Presidents. I think I've mentioned this. I haven't picked my books yet. So, did I mention that already? My God, I can't think. My brain is like all over the place. Either way, I haven't picked my books, but I did read the second book of the Madeline Rue is the author, and the books, I don't know the name of the series. It's got a name. The series has a name. I'll put the book down below though, and it's the second in the series. It's The Court of Shadows is the second book. And now I do know it is not really a classic retelling whatsoever, which was January's prompt. Because in my opinion, when I Googled and finding classic retellings, this said it was a classic retelling of Dracula. And in my mind, this is not a classic retelling of Dracula, nor do they ever mention Dracula whatsoever, or any form of a vampire. They call him, he's the devil. He is the devil. She made a deal with the devil, apparently. At some part of the book, she does make a deal with the devil. That's not giving away too much, because you don't know what the deal is. So, but I read the second book, so I'm going to put that down on my list. And I have not picked up a new book as of right now. I have nothing in my... I have a ton of stuff in my queue, but I have nothing that I've started. So, that's where I'm at in my reading journey. And, yeah. That's about everything. We've been doing a lot of purging and cleaning. So that yesterday was Hazel's room. If you have kids, you know, it's a lot. And I am going upstairs. Well, I'm in my basement. I'm going to go to her room, and I am going to do a little more work today. She actually is spending some time with a friend. So I'm going to get in there and take some bins. I have some bins that I'm going to take up because she has a bunch of stuff that's like little stuff all over her desk and her dresser. And that needs to be all removed and all reorganized. That's what needs to happen. So, yeah. And I just honestly need to give her a baseline of what it should look like. And then she can put stuff back out and go through things and purge things. I'm not going to do a purge without her, unless it's like real trash, which possibly could be. I'm going to do a sort. I'm going to sort things and try to get the surfaces, like her desk and things like that, ready, because we did rearrange some furniture in her room too, so we might need to do some more rearranging. It's been a whole lot. It's been a job, in all honesty. So that's all I really have for you. I don't know. I have lots of things I want to cast on. I have to rip out that shawl that I showed you. And I just don't know where that puts me in this journey of my crafting right now. So I can't even tell you what you'll see in the next episode other than the Hoodola, because I'm going to keep working on that. So, all right. I am going to go. I've rambled way long enough. You haven't had a Luna sighting, so say hello, Luna. She's like, no, thank you. Can we just go cuddle and I can sleep in your lap? Because that's all I want to do. She looks so mad, but she's really not. She's purring. Right? Yeah. All right. Take care of yourselves. Check in on each other. And craft the things that you want to craft. And until the next episode. I'm going to say it craft again. Now I'm going to say it another time. Peace, love, and happy crafting. Bye.